Hello, hello. That's just sweet talk.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind. Feels so nice. We time you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say let's convey. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way. On my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind. It feels so nice. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late.
Yeah.
Cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say let's convey. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way. On my way. We've been dancing all night long. Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now. But I'm done waiting. Done wasting my time. Got this sweet talk.
on my way. Oh, I wasn't muted. Wow. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Smith. Welcome. You know we got to listen to my song again, right? This is the only time I listen to it.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice.
Thank you.
Sweet time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long. Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how. Rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. Sweet time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how. Rewind, when we rewind.
Here we go. Here
What's
we
going
go.
on? What's going on? Good morning.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
It's Conversations with Heath and Tracy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to have everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. We are here every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. EST to demystify your move to the DMV. So, we call this show Ask Us Anything.
Y'all, I'm a little out of it this morning. I'm not
Look.
sure. We look a little blurry.
Look.
I don't know if I gotta get a new camera.
It's fine.
Is it what do you call it? Mercury? What do you call it? Rising Mercury retrograde. I didn't take my adrenal pills this morning, y'all.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh.
It's all good, love.
Woo.
It's all good.
Good morning. Good morning. Today we're discussing Woodbridge, Virginia. We've had a few requests for Woodbridge, Virginia.
So we're going to talk about it.
So we are going to talk about it today. It's a suburb of Virginia, not too far from D.C.
We're going to talk about what happened in the DMV.
What's going to happen in the DMV and design your life. We're going to give you more money tips for moving. Gosh, there's so many. It's like every time we talk about this, it's like, what in the world?
You got to help the people. Help the people understand. Get the budget tight. Get it right.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Exactly.
And if this is your first time here, I'm Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
We are parents, podcasters, and joyfully married after 30 years. So, we got 4 children. We moved a few times. We know a little bit about the DMV.
We know a little bit, y'all.
We went to Howard University, so we lived here before. And so, hey, we here to share. We here to demystify your move to the DMV if that's what you're trying to do. So that's what's happening.
So if you need help relocating, and just take a second and subscribe. We're on here every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. And subscribe to our channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe.
And if you're new here, if this is your first time here, definitely type new you down in the comment section so we can chop it up with you. We want to meet you after the show. We can talk to you during the show as well. Drop a comment, drop a question. It's all good.
Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy.
Hit that button. Welcome back. Let's get into it. We're talking about Woodbridge, Virginia today, so let's get the people the data.
Go ahead, baby. In 2011, the Census Bureau made a drastic change to Woodbridge. I didn't know this. They changed the boundaries of the city, and it reduced it by 80%.
Crazy.
So it took it from like 40,000 people down to 4,000 people.
Yep.
So when you say Woodbridge, Virginia, you're just talking about a little area. It's on the Occoquan. It's like the last river, I guess you could say, that you cross right before you get into the DMV area.
Yep, the Occoquan.
Occoquan. I hate that bridge, by the way.
It's all good. It's a
And
beautiful bridge.
the overall area is called MR. Ooh, how do you pronounce that? MAR.
Marumsco.
What kind of name is that?
Marumsco.
It's probably Native American.
Probably. It's much like Occoquan.
Yeah, Marumsco, because everything belongs to the Native Americans. Marumsco. And so those people still have Woodbridge addresses. So I guess you can look up Ramunsko, but also when you're looking for a place to live down there, look up Woodbridge.
Yes.
So it's in Prince William County.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and hit the pictures. Go ahead,
Yeah,
baby.
show them what's happening, baby, with the Prince William County situations out here.
Go ahead and
it's about
talking.
20 miles south of D.C., only 9 miles from Fort Belvoir, Fairfax County's largest employer. It's also approximately 16 miles from the Quantico Marine Corps base. So, if you're living in Woodbridge, you won't have to go far to get to a little retail therapy, right? There's some shops and all kinds of cool things there. Woodbridge is dope. Roll this up a little bit for me, baby. Yeah, so when we think about Woodbridge, it's not really that far from DC, right? It is.
I'm just being honest with you. When I think about Woodbridge, I think about IKEA.
Real talk. When we lived here before, we were going to go to IKEA. If I was going to Woodbridge, that was the first thing that came
That's
to
just
mind.
where we were going. And that's kind of what spurred the growth down there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like when they built the IKEA down there maybe 30 years ago. About 30 years ago. Maybe 25 years ago.
No, we used to shop there.
It was like the first IKEA almost on the East Coast after New York. So it was just like, wow. and it was cheap furniture. And you had to put it together. So when you're young and don't have any money, you just got out of college, it was perfect.
That joint right there got us through our first
It got
few
us
years.
through our first few years. So
we were enamored with the IKEA game.
yeah. So
we could take the baby down there.
Yep,
we could
throw
do
her in the ballroom.
we got at least 20 minutes in the ballroom.
Yep.
So we could like breathe. And
They have
dope.
they have a little baseball team down there too. Listen to me, I said little.
A little baseball team.
It's the minor league team for the Nationals,
one of
the
minor league
major team
organizations
here.
is dope, so that's cool.
It's pretty suburban,
Yep,
guys.
yep.
It's not like DC
Right.
at all.
Mhm.
If you don't want that DC feel, if
Mhm.
you just want
Yeah,
if you
they
want more of a suburban lifestyle,
Mhm.
slower and everything, definitely look at Woodbridge.
Yeah, you got some hiking trails down there. Lee's, what is it? Leesylvania State Park, right? So that's a local treasure.
What's it called? Leesylvania.
Yeah, like Lee.
Yeah, they got all kind of activities down there, but the shopping isn't. It's like outlet shopping, I
Yeah.
guess you could say. So you got Potomac Mills, which is like one of the larger ones. So we have a lot of shopping in the area.
Yeah.
Period. We have high end shopping. We have regular shopping. We have shopping galore.
And that's where IKEA is too, in Potomac
Yeah,
Mills.
Potomac Mills. That's where IKEA is.
And of course, the Potomac River runs down through there, so that's the name.
No, that's
Potomac Mills.
that's the
Potomac
Occoquan.
River. Oh yeah, that's true. Occoquan.
Well, it's on.
It's an
Yeah, the
offshoot of
Occoquan
Potomac.
offshoots the Potomac, so you have to go out a little further.
Right.
In Occoquan,
Mhm.
Woodbridge to get to the Potomac. But I guess you can get
Yeah.
to the Potomac. If you live down there and you have a boat, you can get to the Potomac basically.
And you can get your fishing on, your hiking. your
Yep,
boating.
and it's
all good.
very suburban though. But a lot of people are moving down there
Yeah.
because let me see, is this what I want to pull up? There's only, like I said, there's only about 4,000 people
Yeah,
that
'cause
live
they
in
shrank it.
Woodbridge. They shrank it, but if that's not, I don't think that's a good depiction.
Mhm.
I just don't.
Yeah.
It's so many people down there.
It is a lot of people.
It's so many people down there. It's
Mhm.
considered. Let's go ahead and give you the grade. The grade is an A minus. You know, I don't know why that crime and safety is like. We're gonna give you a little bit more information about that. But the public schools are coming up because it used to be more rural, but
Yeah.
now it's more suburban, urban.
Yeah.
And is that what it says here? So that's only about 32 miles from DC,
Yep.
which is not too bad. But I'm gonna tell you something.
32 minutes. That's no traffic though, right?
It's a little bit of traffic. That's-
32 minutes to
No
go
tra-
23.4 miles.
But if we pull up this Google map in about another hour, it's gonna say 90. It's gonna say something crazy.
It's gonna be a little red.
Yeah.
Right here when we took that screenshot, it was all blue.
It was blue. That was earlier this morning. But give it about another hour, it's gonna be some red going down there,
that
and
thing
that's
could be
all the time. Literally.
all
So when people
the
talk about
time.
traffic in DC, this is the corridor they are referring to. It is the worst.
95.
And I think that's what puts Woodbridge at a disadvantage. That's what took Woodbridge off of our list.
Yeah.
It was just too far, too hard to get to. Now, I will say this.
Say it, baby.
If you want a bigger home,
Yep.
if you want that suburban feel,
Yep.
if you want to, get out of the city, but still be near, Arlington, Fairfax, Alexandria, this is a good place to live. A lot of people are moving down there that really are being, not pushed out of the area, but just want more room.
Yeah.
They want more room. Why are we so blurry? It's driving me crazy. I'm so sorry.
It's all right, baby. Keep going. You doing your thing.
Okay. Let's see. Places like it. So they got Cheverly, which is a suburb of Maryland.
Yeah, we like Cheverly.
Yeah, and they've got. I've never heard of
Nebsco.
Have you?
Nebsco. Don't know that one.
Yeah, Cherry Hill. I've heard of Cherry Hill and
Cherry Hill, New
Parkview.
Jersey. I heard of.
So Parkview. We were going to talk about Parkview one time, right?
I know Parkview High School in Atlanta,
No, baby.
Gwinnett County.
No,
Shout out to the A.
please stop. We're talking about Parkview in Washington D.C.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. The economy down there, Woodbridge, it's a little bit lower income. No, I'm sorry. The household income is about $100,000, like we've always told you around
Yeah.
here. Future job growth is really, really in line with the United States. So it's near Quantico, which
It's
is
above the United States.
It's actually above the United
Yeah,
States.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It definitely benefits from being in Metro DC area, right? And so when you see these income numbers,
Right.
Can you go back one, baby?
Yeah, sure.
When you see these income numbers, you want to make sure that that you understand that you're taking into account. Hey, this is kind of Metro DC, type of data that you're seeing right here. So
Mhm.
you benefit when you're in this area, right? So the unemployment is really low, the household income is high, the per capita income is high, and the job growth is on the uptick as well. So future job prospects are also excellent. So there you go.
Okay, let's look at the cost of living. So overall, as you can see, housing is higher than the United States, and
Yeah.
it's definitely higher than what they call Virginia. But for Northern Virginia, it's a lot better.
Yep.
It's a lot better.
Yeah, that's a
As you
good,
can
that's a good call out. On
yeah,
that
I think
distinction.
it's gonna say it's so much higher than U.S., but that's just this whole area.
Right.
But when you compare to Southern Virginia, you gotta remember it's like almost like two different states, y'all. Southern Virginia is very different from Northern Virginia, so it's really good if you
Right.
want to be in the Northern Virginia area.
Right.
The median household income, I thought it was higher. No, I don't know why it's showing 45.
Yeah, I think I think that's per capita. This is a per capita number, so
No,
the
it
data's
says
a little
median
confusing.
household.
Yeah, it does say median household income, but also that probably has to do with maybe the old data when the area was much larger. So you're dealing with
so
a
you're
much
talking about
larger
the smaller
data set.
area. Okay.
Yeah, you're dealing with a much larger data set, and I think now that you're looking at the smaller area of those 4,000 or 5,000
Okay.
people, the numbers are different.
And I
so.
think the diversity that they're giving it a B. I think it's on point. It used to be mostly lighter persuasion, but more different people are moving into that area.
Yeah, lots of cultures there.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's growing. So
Yeah.
you've got families in Woodbridge. You got married people in Woodbridge.
Yep.
And most of them, as you can see, are white, and
Yeah.
then about almost 15% are black,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of Asians. Like I said, 20% are of Hispanic
Yeah,
ethnicity.
the Hispanic community is really growing.
They're
down there.
really, really growing
Yeah.
down there, and because they like to be families and they're family oriented. They want more
doubt.
space, so that's why they're moving down there.
Yeah, no doubt. It works.
Let's
It
see.
works.
What about working? So working average. There you go.
Yeah.
Median household income is about $113,000,
Mm-hmm.
and they do have a lot of growth happening in Woodbridge.
Yeah.
And just a lot of people that work down there live down there, work in Fairfax, like the outskirts of Virginia in that area.
And you can see that data is almost double the national average, right? So really strong income.
Right. So here's another income chart, and it shows you right in line with the rest of the DMV.
Yep.
You're going to two people working in a household are going to make $100,000 or more in this area. Very easy to do. Let's see what it says about residents. So like the rest of DC, many people have some type of degree,
Yep.
and I think that's why you see the higher numbers of income.
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. Absolutely.
What are their politics? I wonder what their politics are.
Nova. Nova.
You're still in Northern Virginia, guys. So
Look.
it's gonna be liberal around
It's
here.
gonna be left leaning.
As you can see, it's a little bit light blue, not as dark blue.
Right,
And that's because of the mix, and you are getting closer to
Southern Virginia.
Southern Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, not really.
It's
but
left-leaning.
It's still left leaning. The real estate. Let's get into it, because that's why people move to Woodbridge. They want to buy a house.
For the love of money.
Yeah, they want to buy a house. And the other thing to remember is that overall Woodbridge real estate is a really healthy mix. When we go down there, it's small.
Yep.
Some older homes, but not old like in the DC area,
Yeah.
right? And you've got newer planned communities, right?
You can see the mix here of 72% of people owning their home in Woodbridge, right?
Right,
So
as
that
opposed
speaks,
to renting as you get closer to the DC area.
Yeah, so that really speaks to Tracy's point, right? Is people are going to that area specifically to buy, right? So they're moving out a little further from the city core so that they can afford the property. So
And you see that median home value, y'all? We haven't seen that number in a while.
yeah, 357.
It's usually around the 600
Yeah.
whenever we're doing a community in this area.
And that's a mixture, of course, of single family, townhome,
Yeah, townhomes.
condominium, all of that, right?
Right.
But still a really palatable number if you're bring in the six figures and you're doing your thing, and so you can make it happen in Woodbridge.
And it's popular with first-time home buyers too. And the main thing people move down there for is to get the bang for the buck.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They want the bang for the buck.
And the median rent right there, you can also see is below $2K.
Right.
So that's another good number as well
Let's see what else
for
we got here.
for DC.
Yeah. So these are some of. Am I missing one?
For the DMV rather.
Right. So these are some homes for sale.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a smaller, older townhome for $349, a 3.3. You got a
Yep.
3.5, a little bit larger for $474.
No, the first one was 3.5.
This is 3. Oh, it is 3.5.
Uh-huh.
Then you got a 5.3.5, nice size home with a 2-car garage, 4,300 square feet. That's what we're talking about. The bang. You get a much larger house. But you are pushing up to 639.
Yep.
639 for this area is still really, really good
It's
for this size.
palatable.
That house closer in is well over $1 million,
Right,
like
right.
almost $2 million. So that just gives you an idea of what you're talking about to make that drive.
Yep.
And you can see the larger home here. That's the 635. It's 4,000 square feet also, and it's in that 650. Yeah, that six. Let's see if there's any other ones I pulled.
4,000 square. Yep.
Let's see.
Dealwin Court.
Okay, here's some more. You still have some older homes, not as old as you see in town though.
Hey, 3.2,
I don't
3.2
know,
right there
why
for
are they showing
290.
this park right here? I don't know what that is. Sorry about that.
It's
You know.
maybe they took the park and
I don't
turned it into a lot.
The one at the top over here, 655. That almost looks like a home like in Potomac.
It does, yeah.
So that's why people are moving up. But a home in Potomac like that is almost $2 million.
Yeah.
So that just gives you an idea.
For the folks looking for the opportunity, though, check that out. The top left right there.
Right. So this is another buy that we see. No, this is not. That's from last week, y'all.
It's
sorry.
all right, baby.
So sorry, y'all.
It's all good.
Okay, let's see. Rent. So the rent is the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like if you're gonna rent, you might as well come in closer.
Hey.
And that's what I noticed looking at this. It's like I can rent maybe not as much. I don't $2,600. I'm not gonna get a 2.5 townhome.
Right, right.
For 3,000 square feet. That's for sure.
So that might be a deal for somebody who has a small family and
Yeah.
they need a
Yeah,
little
that's
more
true.
space than a condo or a typical rental scenario. Then you also want to look at if you live out there. I mean, if you work out that way as well, right?
Right.
So
Or if you work in
Yeah.
Fairfax, like Fairfax County
So
or
that's another-
Alexandria.
that's another thing to consider, right?
Yeah,
So hey, if
definitely.
you want to be closer and you keep your rent palatable, there you go.
Exactly. Let's see what we got
Some
here.
opportunities.
Yeah,
some
and
more
they have a lot of
opportunities.
new apartments too, guys.
Uh-huh.
I don't put the apartments up because
Yeah.
that's just like really easy to follow. You just go on apartments.com and you can see the apartments down there.
Yep.
But what I like to show, because you have so many families moving to the area and
Mm-hmm.
it costs more, open your mind up to renting a home because you're going to pay about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now they do show an apartment here. Apartments are newer down there. If they're not newer, they've been renovated because so many people move down there. Another thing, if you see something, you got to jump on it. It's crazy right now.
Yeah.
Rentals and purchasing. It's just really, really,
Yeah, it's a little
really
frothy right
crazy.
now. You can see
Yeah.
this. Hey, if you're single, you don't have kids and that kind of thing. This one over here on the left.
Sorry.
This one over here on the left is $1,300. If
Yeah.
you're working in that area, keep your life simple. It looks like it's a new place,
Yeah.
so a nice, clean way to start.
Keep it simple when you first move somewhere. Get used to it. If you like any of the information you're watching today,
Hit that like
hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hit that like
Hit
button.
that like button. That helps the algorithm. It helps people know, hey, I like what I'm watching. Let's
Subscribe
let's
to the
keep it
channel.
moving.
Hit the like
Now we had a
button.
question about commute, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. It says 30 to 34 for most people, but if you look further down, it says 60 to 89. And I'm going to be honest with you, the 60 to 89 is probably more likely. Where you see the 30 to 34, people probably live and work in the area, or they live and work in Fairfax.
Yeah.
Because you can take back roads and everything to get to Fairfax and Alexandria.
Yep.
If you're coming into DC proper every day, though, you're going to be pushing that 60 to 89 unless you get up and leave at like 6 a.m.
I think another thing that contributes to that data point is that if you typically are commuting into the city, Metro DC, and to the city from Woodbridge, then you're also traveling at these peak times, right? At the peak commuter times. So you're like in the midst of the traffic coming in, you're in the midst of the traffic coming out, and so that's really going to contribute to your commute.
And another thing that happens with people that live down there, it's this thing called slubbing. I think it's called slubbing.
Slubbing?
Slubbing. It's
what's
called
that
slubbing.
about?
So
What's that
slubbing
about, baby?
is, and this has been going on in DC area for decades.
What you talking about, Tracy?
There is a couple places around downtown DC. I think there's one near the monument if
Okay.
it's still there. And you drive by it during rush hour and you just see this line of people.
Yep.
It's just a line of people standing there, and you're like, well, it's not a bus stop,
Right.
and it's not a metro stop.
So you're like, what are these people doing over
Why
there?
are these people just? It's not a line. It's like a line to nowhere.
Right.
What these people are doing is people that live in the Woodbridge area want another person or another 2 people in their car so they can get in the Hove lane.
That's right.
Roll.
And we're not talking about Jay-Z, y'all.
Oh.
We talking about how to get into the high occupancy vehicle lane.
Right.
To get home faster.
This is every day.
Because if you traveling by yourself,
yeah, I wish I had a picture.
you got to be in traffic by yourself,
right,
with the rest of the world,
right.
But if you have more than, I think, you have to have 3 people in DC, right?
Yeah.
So
no, it might be 2 now.
No,
I don't know.
I think it's 3.
I think it's 3. Yeah.
I think it's at least 3. I don't know. Maybe it's 2. I think it's 2.
We don't go that way. Just
I think it's if you got 2 or more people in your car,
right,
then you can get in the whole lane, right? So
it's
now,
like, where you gonna get the people from?
You got, yo, man, where you going? You going? All right, let's go.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like you see these people standing in line. They're just standing there, just waiting, and just waiting to hop into a stranger's car. Literally, It's called slubbing. I think it's called.
That's funny, baby.
Look it up on. I think it's on TikTok.
Yeah.
I think I saw somebody talking about it on TikTok. They're like, y'all, this is what I do every day to get back and forth to work. It's crazy.
Back in the day, we used to put the thumb out.
You don't have to. You just get in the line. It's a whole line of people that have been at work all day, and they're standing in line. They're just waiting to hop into the car with somebody to get on down to Woodbridge or further, Fredericksburg. We'll talk about Fredericksburg too. But a lot of people live down that way. Don't feel like you're going to be out there and alone. A lot of people live down that way.
You gotta make it happen.
And make it happen if you want that larger home, if you want that suburban lifestyle for your family, if you want to be near the retail centers but still have access to DC, it's a great place to live.
No doubt.
So check that out. That is one way to get back and forth without a car, driving your car in every day. Another thing is they have a lot of parking near the metros down there.
Yep.
Okay, I'll get into the commute. Let's keep talking about the commute. So you've got Interstate 95, and then you've got Route 1.
And you
So
can come up to 495 and come around.
Yeah, you can. There's several different ones. So there are a lot of bus services too. That's another thing in DC that they have that go to main parts of the city centers. They go to the like Crystal City area or National Landing now.
Yeah, they go to the job centers.
They go into the job centers, and you just get on a bus. I think you pay like $60, $70 a month or something like that, and you hop on a great, they're nice, air-conditioned, heated, very nice buses, comfortable seating, and you can commute in like that. So there's tons of commuter parking places down in this area
Lots
too.
of ways to get here.
Right. There's also Amtrak, and there's also what we call VRE, Virginia Railway Express Train.
Yep.
And that, a few people that use that.
I do.
What they tell you about it?
They say that thing is like it's on air rails, like it's on air shocks. That thing is just smooth. You get on there, put your feet up, bring your phone out.
It's luxury travel for the most part. It's very luxurious. It's updated recently. They're adding more stations within town now.
Yeah.
So, and they have the same thing in Maryland. I think it's called Mark. But in the Virginia side, it's called the VRE. So see if you can find a home that gets you near the VRE. I think it goes as far as Fredericksburg.
Yeah. One of my colleagues lives in Fredericksburg.
And he comes in every day.
So it takes him like an hour.
It takes an hour on the train. And just think, you're not in traffic. You're not putting that wear and tear on your car. You're in a relaxing atmosphere. So if it takes him an hour from Fredericksburg, it probably only takes about 30 minutes from Woodbridge.
Yeah.
So think about different types of transportation, different ways to commute.
More options.
Yeah, definitely more options. Sorry we stayed on that part so long.
Baby. We trying to get
but it's important
to the people.
It's important when you live in Woodbridge, the commuting aspect.
Is it time for transition music yet?
No, we're still talking about Woodbridge.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going.
Am I boring you?
No, you good, baby.
Okay.
You never bore me, baby.
We need to get to the crime. Okay. We need to get to the crime.
Yo, if you're down in Woodbridge, you might need to keep the head on the swivel.
Yeah.
Because occasionally it's going to be some stuff that might pop off.
It's different. I think it's because so many people have moved down there, and they're just not ready for that influx. We don't say this about Woodbridge, but the colloquialism in the DMV is called
Hoodbridge. I was like, what? That's what they call it?
What? That's what they called it?
I mean, to us, it's Woodbridge.
Yeah, it's always
down there by
Woodbridge.
IKEA.
Yeah,
that's how we think about it.
That's Woodbridge, but they're like, oh yeah, Hoodbridge.
It's Hoodbridge now.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey. Different strokes with different folks.
But when we looked up the crime statistics, we just didn't see that much.
Yeah. But just be aware.
Yeah, there is. You just have a heightened awareness, just like you have to do in certain parts of the city. It's just
stick them up.
You know, it's not that different.
That's how you just say in the 70s.
You so silly.
Stick them up.
You so silly. How do you know?
No, I'm just saying. That's like, you watch the
TV shows.
Yeah, the whodunits and the crime shows.
So top public schools serving Woodbridge. You got Pennington School. They're up and coming, guys. And when we show this stat, we're showing public schools.
Right.
There's so many private schools in the area. If you want to do private schools, you can find that information.
Lots of options.
Yeah. But we want to focus on the public schools because we know that's what most people are looking for.
Yeah.
So if you want to know which public schools are going to be the best for your kids, look at these that we have on the screen right now and try to find homes in those areas. Keep in mind, those homes are probably going to cost you a little bit more.
Yep, that's how it goes. Got to bring the bag.
All right, so don't forget, if you see anything you like, go ahead and hit that like button. And my husband wants some music, so I'm going to give you a little bit of music as we jump into the comments. Let's see what's going on in the comments.
It's the transition time of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, Creative Binder.
We're going from the data exchange into the comment exchange. So let's get to the comments and see what's happening with the audience today.
Oh, so this is the question I saw. What's the drive time commute, or is it transit?
Yeah,
transit's probably going to be better.
It's 20, I think it's like 24, 25 miles is the mileage data. And the drive time is going to vary from 32 to almost 90 minutes. Right, so it's a big swing. So it just
depends on what you choose.
Yeah.
What type of transportation that you choose.
There you go.
Russell, what's up?
What's up,
Russ?
Welcome back, man. Happy Saturday, Russ.
What's good in the neighborhood? It's great. It's been a beautiful week in DC. We had a little wind burst last night.
Oh, the wind was crazy. It was yesterday.
It
was like yesterday evening.
I'm sitting in the house and I look at. We have lots of trees in our yard, and all of a sudden the trees are like dancing.
They were swaying.
They weren't doing a ballet.
They were like, hey.
They were twerking. And I was like, what is going on out here? I'm looking. I'm like, do I need to get to the basement? There's no rain or anything like that. It was just wind.
Yeah. But my iPhone did tell me the day before that it was going to be really windy.
It told me like an hour before.
My iPhone told me. I checked the forecast.
Yeah. Chantal. Hey, Chantal Burnett. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Chantal?
Thank you. Moving. Oh, you're moving. Yay. We're so glad. This is so helpful.
Yes.
We're going to go through as many towns and cities as we can over the next few months. We're going to try to do this for a whole year, and then we'll just have the archive on our channel. Another thing we're thinking about is just like separating the channel out altogether. Our daughter is also looking at joining us every now and then to give you a Gen X perspective.
Yes,
Gen X. We're also thinking
you mean millennial.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're Gen Xers.
Yeah, we're Gen X.
We're the ones. We're Gen
Represent
Xers.
Gen X in the building.
Gen X in the building. Yeah, so we're just thinking about doing some cool things as everything opens back up.
It's coming.
Maybe as you visit, we have like a meetup a couple times a year just to get to know everybody and everything. And then so you can meet one another and say, hey, so you move here and you got new friends already.
There you go.
What you laughing at, Creative Bird? What were we talking about you were laughing at?
He's probably talking about the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Hova. No, not talking about Jay-Z.
Slumming is fascinating. I think that's what it's called. Fascinating. I would never do it. Yeah, I know, but it's great. It is a great thing about this town.
Yeah.
One thing I was looking at yesterday is San Francisco, and I don't know what I was looking at. I think it was TikTok, and it just kept putting me into the San Francisco thing. I think because I work for a Silicon Valley company, but it was just talking about how the people in San Francisco are not nice. They don't know your neighbors.
Yeah.
They don't speak to one another. They don't help one another. It is so different here.
But we in the South.
We're in the South.
It's just like somebody in your neighborhood. It's like, girl, you live in the neighborhood. I don't know you, but you trying to go. Okay, yeah. 2 blocks. Come on.
It's so different here. It's so different.
Yeah.
Yes, commuting is very important. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you. You are
007.
so welcome. That is why we're here.
What up?
I know, because they called it Woodbridge. I would look at both and just try to dig a little deeper. We're gonna give you some tips later on in the show.
Personal choice.
on how to, you know, figure some stuff out before you get here. So
Personal choices,
don't
y'all.
you know, don't get into it too much. It is closer, so that just gives you an idea of what is going on.
All
So
right.
what's going on?
We got through the early comments.
Yep, we got through the early comments.
Okay,
Ask
so now
us
we
anything,
we transitioning
guys.
again now.
We're transitioning.
So now we
again.
transition again. We need some more transition music.
Listen, I'm not the
DJ Tracy Trey on the ones and twos.
I'm not the
We're
DJ.
coming- we're
I'm just pushing buttons.
Ladies and
over
gentlemen,
here,
we're coming
guys.
out of the
He's really enjoying.
we're
this,
coming out of the
isn't he?
comments section, and we are transitioning into the next part of the show.
What is it, baby?
Now we're talking about
Told you you so extra.
what happened in DC this week. Is that what we're talking about?
Love me in spite
Yeah.
of my
What happened in the
Give me
DMV
what I
this
need
week?
instead of the drama.
What did happen?
Let's see what's going on.
Let's check the headlines and let the people know.
Okay.
What's up, Lydia? How you doing?
Thank you, Lydia. Yeah, San Francisco.
Lydia knows about it. She
Yeah,
knows about
she
Silicon
knows
Valley.
About it. She knows about it.
Shout out, Lydia. Welcome.
So the DC trails, they're working on.
Oh, that's what we were
building-
talking about first?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So they're proposing to add about 400 miles to the DC's existing like trail network. You can ride bikes and everything through DC, and it's so cool. We've got the Capital City Bike Program. You can pick up a red bike almost anywhere in town
Yep.
and ride it to some other part of town.
And there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that ride bikes in
Yeah,
DC.
yeah, lots of people. It's like really, really a part of the culture now.
But to interconnect these trails,
That's
like
amazing.
from Maryland to DC to Virginia,
Virginia.
and have it like hundreds and hundreds of miles interconnected where people can like commute to work on their bike on the trail, where
That's
they
what they
can
wanna
go
do.
from place to place, just like tourists, opening it up even more.
Right.
Different areas around the DMV can really benefit, right? So the local shops and other services can benefit even more with food and hotels and those kinds of things, because people will increase their ridership and moving around in these areas. I mean, this could be really big, right? So I think the projections were saying that it could generate up to $1 billion a year.
Wow.
Just by interconnecting these trails. And so it was a really interesting article talking about what that could look like, right? And so you can see the map here, just how expansive this network of trails could be.
Yeah, they think for health benefits, you know,
Mm-hmm.
get your behind moving a little bit, y'all, because the COVID pounds have really caught up with
I
us.
like to move it.
And the environmental benefits, get some of these cars and trucks off the road.
Yeah.
So they're really, really looking at doing this in the area, and it's
Yeah.
going to bring businesses to the area. It's going to bring jobs. They said it'll create about 16,000 jobs. It's
16,000
gonna-
construction
how
jobs.
much? How much did they say it would cost? About $1 billion.
About $1 billion.
So
yeah.
I liken it to
And they're talking
Atlanta's
about
Beltline.
They're talking about 25 years it could take to do it, though.
Yeah, I could see that
Yeah.
because if you think about how long it took them to do Atlanta's Beltway, if you've ever Beltline, if you've ever experienced that, it's a really unique experience.
Yeah, it's pretty
like
dope.
a walking, scootering, biking kind of trail, and just along the whole thing, you have apartment living, you
Yeah.
have restaurants and shops, and you can literally walk or bike from one area to another.
Yeah, and you can see how the commerce is really proliferated along the Beltline in Atlanta. Any of you've ever experienced that, it's really cool, right? And so, you know, you can just stroll or you can scooter, and hey, we're going to put our scooters over here. We're going to go to this restaurant right here.
It's amazing, and that's what we do. When we go to Atlanta, my brother lives near the Beltline, so we pick up scooters and we just roll along the Beltline, have lunch,
Yeah.
roll all the way to Piedmont Park,
Yeah.
and then come
Pretty
back and have dinner. It's just really a cool experience.
Our friends sold their house in suburbia and moved to the Beltline.
Yep, they sure did.
Yeah,
They sold their suburban house and they live on the Beltline now, and it's a really cool experience. So I
Yeah.
could really see this working in this area.
Yeah.
So what you would actually have is you would have these trails going through different parts of the city, maybe underdeveloped parts of the city, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get more housing along those areas,
Yeah.
and what they call more hard goods and more soft goods. So soft goods they're considering are like food and beverages,
Yeah.
and then the hard goods are going to be like shoe places and bike places and places like that.
Yeah.
So they really are looking at doing this.
You could also see just from the map, right, how if you have property that are in these various areas that are close to these beltways and trails, how that can really impact your property values positively, right? And
Right.
so just considering the expansiveness of this thing and how far that reaches, right? I mean, look at way out there in Laurel and
Marlboro,
Rockville,
yeah.
Bowie,
Centerville,
Largo,
Virginia, you know.
Fairfax, all of the
Herndon.
Tysons. Yeah, I mean, so
That's,
this is
that's amazing. I could
Yeah.
bike one day
Yeah.
from Arlington to Herndon.
yeah.
You know, on a trail specifically for that. I
Right.
can just imagine how great that's going to be.
Yeah, because a lot of times what happens now with if you're into the biking, right, you're out there on the streets with all the cars and that kind of thing, and it does get dangerous depending on the time of day, and the day of the week that you're doing that.
Yeah.
And so if you have this proliferation of trails, I mean, that makes it a lot safer and really cool experience, I think, for people who are utilizing it, whether they're running or biking or what have you.
So that's going to be a really, really cool thing, I
Yeah,
think.
so keep your fingers crossed on that. There's a lot of municipalities, a lot of different people that have to
Yeah.
cooperate for something like this to be executed. But I think it has a lot of potential.
And I think it has a lot of potential to happen.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all.
What y'all know about the cicadas?
Anybody else on here live in cicada land?
Who has experienced? Put that in. Where's your little question thing, baby? Who on the commentary right now is experienced with cicadas? If you have ever seen cicadas in your life, type yes or no.
Yes or no on the cicadas, y'all?
Yes
Do
or
y'all-
no.
Do y'all know what cicadas
Everybody
are?
on the live right now. If you've seen cicadas, type yes. If you have never seen cicadas, type no. Because if you in the DMV,
You getting ready to experience.
you getting ready to have a serious experience. That's real talk.
So the last time cicadas were around here, we were at Howard, weren't we? That's how long ago it was for us.
No, let me see.
That's the last
can't
time
even
I
remember.
experienced. That's the last time I experienced.
I was working
them.
in Georgetown, so yeah, I think it was.
Ooh, and I'm from Florida, so I was like, "What the heck is this?" So we have this thing called Brood X. Cicadas are starting to emerge.
Yes.
And if you don't like bugs for the next, let's say, month and a half, don't come to DC. Do not come. So somebody tweeted,
Yes.
if you currently live in DC, I recommend large quantity of drugs. It's really, really crazy.
Oh my God, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Y'all seen in the word when they talk about the locusts descending?
They're not. They don't bite. They're huge though. They don't bite. They don't bother you.
But they do make a lot of noise.
They make a lot of noise, and they've lived in the ground for the last 17 years,
17 years.
right? So,
and the reason they make noise is actually a mating call, right? So that's all the dudes.
Right.
That's all the dudes going, "Hey, baby, where you at? Where
That's all it is.
Where
They
all
just-
the ladies at?"
they're just coming up to mate, eat, and that's all.
Right.
That's all. It's crazy. Yes, some of you may hate insects, have a deep phobia. If you have phobias, just get
Just get ready. Get your mind
get
right.
your mind right. Get your bottle of wine. I have a few young people that live in the house that hate bugs, and I had to sit down and say, okay, the cicadas are coming, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, they surface every 17 years.
Yeah.
They're underground, and then when they come out, they're essentially coming up to mate,
Yeah.
and then they go
I mean,
away.
it's thousands of them.
But they don't bite.
No.
They don't. They're actually good for the environment, right? They're actually
They
natural.
feed all the natural.
They're natural aerators of
Yeah.
the ground, right?
Yeah.
And so that helps the grass and the greenery.
The birds
and
are gonna have a
everything.
great time.
Yeah, if you some kind of animal that gets into bugs, man, hey, I think there was somebody on Twitter was talking about. I hope my dog don't eat too many of them.
Yeah, dogs love them, and they said that if your dog eats them, just don't worry, the dog will be fine. They're going to throw up the exoskeleton. I was like, oh my gosh, they're telling you how to protect your trees. If you have young trees in your yard, you need to net them.
Yeah,
This lady said, this is what I bought.
she told us she bought
Ella
the
and Josh, she said, I've just purchased this for when I need to leave the house.
she got the net.
She
for
got
her
the
face.
net for her face.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, somebody might play a practical joke on you and grab one, pick one up, and like try to put
they
it in your
fly.
shirt.
They get stuck in your hair. Like I don't know, my hair. I think I'm gonna wear a ponytail. I don't know what I'm gonna do. They said everybody needs to get a kid's tennis racket because you walk outside and it's literally you just have to do like this. You just have to go like this the whole time you're walking. And as you're walking, it's going crunch, crunch, crunch because you're walking on them. Yes, it's that bad.
Oh my gosh.
They said. Somebody said, mask up, sprinting to wherever I need to go outside. Yeah, you're literally going to be running to your car and running.
You don't want to get one in your mouth.
You just don't want to get one in your mouth. You don't want to get one in your hair. You're not going to be strolling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's different. I don't know how to explain. You come outside and they're on your car. They're just laying home. Somebody said she's going to stay home. We know how to do that, don't we?
Yeah, we got accustomed to staying home.
We got accustomed to staying home. Maybe we'll just stay home, you know. Says whatever you do, mask up. Yeah. You're going to need them.
I think they'll be out for like a month that we have to deal with.
Yeah, about 3 weeks, about 17 days, something like that.
3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah. So show us some love if you're enjoying the show. We love joining you guys every Saturday morning. We love that you've come to join us to talk about living in the DMV.
Beautiful love.
You want me to turn on some music? I'm looking for some more music.
Beautiful love to the people out here in YouTube land.
Let's see what we got.
Thank you for rocking with us on this beautiful Saturday. Heat and Tracy live, demystifying your move to the DMV.
Oh yeah.
We love that you're here spending some time with us on this beautiful Saturday, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the USA. We just want to send beautiful love and energy and good vibes. Was my man D Knight say high vibes only, high vibes.
I Care 007. He said, you're excited for the meetups. Oh, okay. That's so good to hear.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. We get that question a lot, right? Hey, we come to town. We want to see y'all.
It's like, y'all,
can we meet y'all for coffee?
We can't meet up with everybody like that. We do have virtual meetups. I'll put the, if you look in the description at the end of the show, I'll have a little link there that you can actually meet with us virtually. We have done a few of those. So we can do that right now.
That's not free though.
No, it's not.
if you want some coaching,
this is the only free time. That's why you got to join us live. You can ask your question live if you join, because any other time we gotta get a little coinage going.
And my man hipped us to we do take super chats as well.
Yeah, super chat.
That helps the show.
Super chat helps the show. Yeah. It's gonna give us more ideas about what we can offer you guys, what else we can do, what new equipment we can get, so we can go out and about in the city. Because right now it's kind of hard for us to do live, what do you call it, remote.
Yeah, we do some cool stuff. I think my man that hooked us up with the super chats on today.
Oh, I didn't see him.
I thought it was
Ron, what's up? Is Ron on?
We'll see. We'll scroll through.
Okay, S. Smith, you want to know about meetups too? Yeah, my daughter and I are working on it currently. We're trying to see what we can get into and how that's gonna look. Another meetup. I'm excited about
crew.
that. Like
we do a lot of brunches in DC.
Yeah, this is the brunch town. We gotta show you how to do it.
They do brunches on Saturday and Sunday in DC.
It's never ending. And then that's another thing about DC. You cannot just say, "Hey, I want to go out and eat tonight."
No.
You can't do that.
You gotta have some reservations.
And you have to have made them last week. There's this place that Heath and I are going in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
I've been trying to get reservations there for 3 weeks, and now I have some for May 14th.
May 14th.
May 14th. Yeah, the trails do sound nice. S. Smith.
Yes.
Ellen, is it El Nikki or Ellen Kiki? Is it Ellen Nikki? I'm coming up there in about 10 weeks. Yes, relocating, girl. Yes, relocation for the better opportunities. There's so many opportunities.
That's why we're here.
Guys.
That's why we're
here. That's why we're sharing every weekend.
Yeah. It's all good.
The Beltline is a total vibe, Chantal.
Real talk.
Vibe. Oh, yeah, Skyline Park, too. They're really trying to get that vibe going around here, too. They've got a lot of cool things happening, and the people that live here currently want to see it happen. Yes. So I think that's what's another thing that's really cool about living in this area.
No doubt.
Reality doll. Hi, amazing people. Hi. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the love.
How they do it?
Traffic from DC to Baltimore. Ooh, I'm shaking the whole table.
It's all good.
DC to Baltimore. There's several different ways to go.
It's
So
an hour.
It's an hour.
It's an hour.
It's just not that bad. Baltimore is really up and coming too. We're going to start doing some of those suburban neighborhoods between DC and Baltimore too. But it's just not that bad. And they have the MARC train. So they have the same train, just like we were talking about, Virginia VRE. They have a train, and they're making improvements to that train too.
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to get like a high-speed train going too.
Yeah, Elon Musk was doing the Hyperloop thing and with the Boring Company, and then we saw some headlines recently
he pulled
that
out.
they were shutting that down.
So they're probably that's probably because they're gonna do the high-speed train or something like that.
Probably so.
So yes, cicadas. Yes, cicadas. So S. Smith, you've only heard of them.
Yeah.
They're here, but only every 17 years.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Reality.
Yeah.
Doll. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful love. Beautiful
Oh,
love.
Russell, it's you're not gonna miss anything.
Yeah. Check him out, Russ.
Yeah, Southern Virginia and North Carolina. Yes. So you might hear them, Russ, if you're in North Carolina or heading that way. And they are noisy, Care 007. They are loud.
Yeah.
Reality Doll, no, cicadas do not
Nope,
bite.
They don't bite.
They don't bite. They're harmless.
Yep.
Some restaurants even jokingly have appetizers on the menu during that time. No, I will not be trying them.
What Mark
No.
Lawrence said in the movie, they just cicadas. They're just looking for other cicadas.
Right. Oh, they're in the Southwest as well. I didn't know they were in the Southwest. I thought they were just like in the East Coast and a
Yeah.
little
I
bit.
think they're
Okay.
going
No,
across
they
the
don't
country.
hurt you at all. It's
No.
like it's just an annoyance.
Yeah.
They're loud,
it's a
and it's just
nuisance.
it's like that constant cricket.
It's a 3-week nuisance.
It sounds like a bee that's dying. I guess do they come in the house like we have French doors. We have like 4, 5. We have 5, 6 French doors in our house.
Yeah. I think they're more like kind of like falling. They're not like necessarily like flying around.
Yeah, they're flying around.
They're
No.
If you got the doors open in the house,
They're gonna be.
They
in the
might
house.
get in.
Yeah. So you just have to keep the doors closed. Only come in like through the garage or something. Our garage is probably gonna be terrible. So Reality Doll asks, do they surface every 17 years? Every 17 years.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Not every year.
Yeah. So we lived here when they were out like 2 sessions ago.
Yep.
So yeah, it's every 17 years.
Yeah, I think we were living in Atlanta last time they came out.
No, we were living in DC.
No, I'm saying the DC was like 2 cycles ago.
Right.
Right.
We were in Atlanta last time. You're correct.
Yeah.
And Chantel, nope, you're lucky you, Chantal. Lucky you. Yeah, they only get in the house. Yeah.
If
They,
you open the
they
doors,
are that bad.
If you open
Yes.
the doors and the windows, they will get in the house.
Yeah, they are that bad. You actually, it's like crunch, crunch, crunch when you're walking. You get to your car, you have to like swat them off your car,
Yeah.
get the
Then the
windshield wipers
windshield,
to
they-
clean.
yeah,
It's a mess.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, in the hair.
They
S.
will get in
Smith.
your hair.
They will get in your
doubt.
hair.
They will.
And yes, they're out 17 days, so like 3 weeks almost.
Mhm.
Yep.
Your
Yeah.
son put one on you?
No.
Your son
creative.
put one on you,
That's
creative
a
binder?
no for me. No jokes out. Yeah, thank you for that reminder.
You
I'm gonna have to tell everybody in my house no
You gonna-
cicada pranks.
You're gonna have the family meeting?
Yeah, we need a cicada family meeting.
Let's talk about it. Let's get some stuff straight.
Yeah, they got like they're bugs, so they've got these little insect feet, so they
They got
would.
big wings.
Yeah,
and-
so I'm gonna have to do something with all of this. That's not gonna work with the cicada action. That's what my daughter. She was talking. She's like, "What am I gonna do with my hair?"
yeah, she's about to get one of those mosquito net
Yeah, that's a
face
good idea. I'm gonna
things.
go in there and get one of them. Just wear the hat
Mhm,
with the little face thing, and not have to worry about them getting in my hair. Because that's just I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like stuck in your hair. People are like, hold on, let me get the cicada out your hair. Because they get in there and they just kind
I have
of
seen it.
they just kind of do like
I
this.
have seen it.
It's the
yes.
worst. It's the worst. You're walking around. It's just like you got cicadas in your hair. You know, it's
Cicadas
yeah.
in the air. Cicadas in the air.
Yeah, no, we're still here for a minute. We got a little bit longer to go.
Cicadas in the
Let's
air,
see.
cicadas
I'm
in the
cool to
air.
pay for some coaching. Okay, that's cool.
We
It's
got
not
you. We got you.
expensive. It's you'll see the description. I think I have it in a few descriptions if you look at our other videos. But there's a link to our calendar, and it's on Calendly. And you just click on there, and there's dates that you can pick to talk to us. We're usually available evenings for a little while. Okay, I like that. Let's see, what's this one? I think so too. I think an event would be
Little event-
really
little
cool.
event action.
I
Yep.
think an event would be really cool.
Yep.
If I work in Baltimore, should I live there? Baltimore's coming up. I have a girlfriend that lives in Baltimore. But the challenge is it's another city. It's close to DC, but it's got a whole nother vibe.
Yeah.
It's got a whole nother feel. They're not really connected to me anyway. They're not really connected.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like
kind of two separate.
it's like
two separate entities.
separate
really.
entities.
They
That's
just
why
happen to be fairly close together.
yeah, that's why a lot of people live in between.
And then that also goes to the whole concept of what Tracy and I talk about here in terms of designing your life,
Yeah.
right? And so if you're working in Baltimore, I mean, it just makes sense to either live in Baltimore or close to Baltimore, just to make that part of your life very simple.
Right.
And then on the weekend, you have a plethora of activities and opportunities to engage in fun activities, right? And so if that's buzzing into DC and taking in some of the sights and doing some cool things, some of the parks, right? You have the same opportunities in Baltimore as well.
The harbor, the inner harbor
right?
is just
so
beautiful.
Lots of cool things to do
Yeah.
in Baltimore. And then you're on the East Coast, right?
You used
so
to go to Baltimore for work,
buzzing
right?
up to New York. Yeah. I've been to Baltimore. Baltimore is a much different place today than it was 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
really beautiful.
Absolutely.
Well, some parts of it.
Yeah,
it's
and then
not
you
all
also
like
you
that.
also have professional sports teams in Baltimore as well.
Yeah,
right?
you
So
do.
You got the Orioles, you got the Ravens, and some other things around the Inner Harbor. Lots of cool foods, right? With all the seafood
Right.
connections and the crab cakes, and it goes on, right? And so Baltimore is dope, very historic, and as well as coming into DC.
I think it feels a lot smaller than DC.
Yeah, you can buzz up to Philly, hit
Yep.
New York, right? Get on the plane,
It's
buzz down to
so
Atlanta.
easy to get so many
Hey,
places
my people
around
in North
here.
Carolina, okay,
Yep.
get up early in the morning, buzz down there.
It's really easy.
So lots of pluses.
Yeah. My secunda says, looks like I'll be moving from Dallas to DC. Yay!
Yes.
Okay. Sticker shock.
My segunda.
I don't know how I will like this.
Hey, look, just get your mind right, get your bag tight,
Get your bag tight.
and listen to Heath and Tracy.
Yeah.
'Cause we got the
So
data for you.
from Dallas.
Yeah, I got one of my colleagues is moving from Dallas.
Oh,
I
what's
think.
he saying?
Yeah, he's just trying to take it all in. I think he's looking at some spots in Maryland, right? I'm just trying to understand what the commute is going to be like, right? So it's all the same kinds of things that we talk about here on the show. Where are you working? Where you want to live?
Right.
Do I have kids? Do I need to keep in mind schools and what's going to be the best scenario for them, right? Making all of that work. Design your life predicated on what's most important to you. You have family here, you got a mom, you got a dad, you got an uncle that you need to be close to, you got a job you need to be close to. What is your personal feeling like? You like outdoor activities, or you love museums, you want to be closer to DC.
It's very different from Dallas,
Hey,
though.
I want to kick it in Maryland. I want the big house like I got in Dallas, and
Maryland
I enjoy,
would be the move.
I
yeah.
enjoy, being around my people. So I want to go out a little further out in Maryland.
PG County.
Whatever is important to
Yeah.
you. That's sort of what we talk about. So hey, think through all of those things, prioritize them, list them out, and design your life so that you can have exactly the life that you want. And
Yeah,
envision.
you'll figure out what you will like about it. If it's for a job opportunity, it's always about bettering ourselves for our families and leaving a legacy. So that's what you want to focus on. You want to focus on bettering your situation.
Yep.
And if moving to the DMV is going to better your situation, then do it. Don't
Yep.
be afraid. Don't feel like it's going to be, it's going to be different. It's going to be very different from Dallas,
Yep.
But it's going to be good.
It's gonna be dope.
It's going to be good. Lydia, that's a great idea.
Hair
That's
wraps.
a great idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Or
Let's
hey,
see.
if you got the kind of hair like I got, then you just
Yeah,
throw,
just throw a little hat on.
throw your hat on.
So, Reality Doll asked, dating in DC or DMV? I heard a lot of men are on the down low.
Keep it on the down
So,
low.
I was just curious if it's true. Any thoughts? So,
I think-
I don't think that many men are on the down low here. If they are, I think that's across the board. I think the DC issue is there's so many available men that, what are people calling it today? High value. And they have so many choices.
Yeah.
So if anything, get yourself out there involved, networking, extensions from your job, from community organizations that you're into. People here volunteer a lot.
Yep.
People here brunch a lot. There's so much to do, so many different clubs to join. Oh, we need to talk about that new club popping in downtown.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, I just wanted to say about the download piece. I think in today's environment, people are much more into being their authentic selves, right?
Yeah.
And so from that perspective, I think people are much more open and honest than
Especially
say
in this area.
10, 15 years ago,
Yeah.
especially in this area, right? Because the gay community is very big here.
Huge.
And so the closer you are to the city core, if you're in D.C., I mean, the gay pride is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And so just from that perspective, I think the people are very open and transparent about how they feel about those things. And so I just wanted to call that out. And then as it relates to just kind of dating in general, I think transparency is key in this day and time.
Right. I don't think you're going to run into download
I don't think you have the
situations.
download
I think
situation.
you'll run into more pan or buy
Yeah.
situations than you would. I'm not telling you what I am.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so coaching, we have a lot of different coaching, Reality Doll.
Uh-huh.
So we'll sit and coach you, just have a conversation about your ideas of moving to the area and things like that. And we'll just have a conversation with you. And it's up to you what you want to talk about.
Yeah. And then we also do relationship coaching.
Yeah, we also do relationship coaching. That's also on our site. And we also have a podcast that if you want to be a guest, you have something to talk about relating to marriage and relationships. I think that's a great idea. Lydia, the hair wraps will prevent them from getting stuck in your hair. I like that. So, yes, we will definitely share the link for virtual coaching.
Yes.
Okay, what's the next one? Sorry for all the questions. No, that's what we're here for. This is the only time you get to do free questions, right? Y'all got me so excited when I researched. I like DC better. Yeah, we're going to talk about Baltimore a little bit, but we're really talking about living in the DC area. It is very different from Baltimore. You have access to Baltimore. If you work in Baltimore, I would live like in Middle Maryland. That's what I would do.
Yeah. You can find some kind of suburban scenarios kind of midway between the two metro areas.
And it's reasonable.
Yeah. But you just want to make sure that you don't get yourself into commuting hell, right? And so just keep that in mind. So when we're talking about design your life, I mean, I think you intimated that the work was going to be in Baltimore. So the work is in Baltimore.
Right.
You just have to keep that in mind, right?
Yeah.
There are probably 9-10 million people in the whole metro area.
Right.
And so just being out on the road with them can be something that's detrimental. Now, hey, if you got a scenario where you're doing a lot of working from home and you only have to go in at a certain time, hey, you can live in DC, live wherever you want. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
So the cost of living is super high, even with a new job in business. I feel like I won't have much left. It's scary. When we first learned we were moving here, we asked for a specific amount, and we got it.
Right.
But we felt like, ooh, it's going to be a little tight.
Yeah.
And what we did was we settled into God does not give you an idea that's not fully clothed. I'm going to say that again.
Okay.
God, the creator, whomever, whatever you call him,
Source.
she, source, does not give you an idea that is not fully clothed. Our experience was we were moving here on one income, if you can imagine. And we said, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
It'll be fine.
It's going to be fine. Our rent, we rent our home because when we moved here, it was the middle of the pandemic. We were like, we're not buying a house.
The panorama.
Our rent doubled.
More than doubled.
It more than doubled. We now have more disposable income than we had in years. And that's because we did not change our mind. That's why we talk about
mindset.
Your mindset has to be in the right place for those opportunities to flow to you. You can't have the mindset up, oh my gosh, it's going to be so expensive. It is. If you say that, that's what it's going to be. So you have to get your mindset right for, this is going to be great. This is going to work. I'm going to have as much money as I want, because what's going to happen is those opportunities are going to continue to flow to you.
Right.
So what you have to do is open up your mind. That's why we talk about that in the later part of our show. Okay, so don't get caught up in it. Get here, get your life going. And if you want to start, off low, go ahead. But where's your head at? Where's your mind? Where are you trying to go?
Yeah.
What does Chantal ask? Any restaurant ideas with a great view? Oh my gosh, so many. So if you're coming for your birthday, 6/25, make your reservation now. I will tell you that.
Yep.
So the Wharf has so many places.
Yep.
We're going to
DC Waterfront.
where are we going? We're going to the Point.
Mhm.
So check out the Point.
Yep.
And it's on the Navy Yards waterfront. It's brand new.
Mhm.
It overlooks the yacht clubs and everything.
Mhm.
Really, really great. We haven't been there yet though because it's new. So we're going in a few weeks.
We did go to the other place that actually rotates. What's the name of that place?
It's okay. It's on top of the
What's the name of that place?
the Westin.
I can't remember.
It's
the
on
name
top of the
it.
Westin in
But
Crystal
it's
City.
but
It's
the views
cool.
are
The
beautiful.
views are beautiful
Yeah.
and it rotates.
Yeah.
I didn't like it for a birthday party because you don't have any privacy.
No. I was just saying in terms of views. She asked about views. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's got great views.
Another place that we're having Mother's Day brunch. It has a separate room. We have a private room because a couple people in our house aren't vaccinated yet, and it's called the Picasso Room at Del Mar. So that's another place that has a window that overlooks the wharf. So what you want to look?
You can't be telling people where we're gonna be, baby.
Okay, I'm sorry. They're not gonna find us. They can't come in if they don't have a reservation. So so the Point. That's the newest one.
Okay.
There's so many.
The place this goes around.
Yeah,
Where's over like
Sequoia,
Pentagon City, right?
Yeah, that's Crystal City. The Sequoia, and
I think it's Pentagon City.
No,
No?
it's not Pentagon City. It's Crystal
It's
City.
Crystal City?
Yes.
What's the name of it though?
It's at the top of the Westin Hotel.
Top of the West End. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Y'all check that
I don't
out.
remember
Y'all
the
done look
name
at
of
that.
it.
Okay.
Okay, I don't remember the name of it.
It's cool.
Then there's Sequoia. Beautiful views of the Potomac.
Yep.
SEQUIOA.
Something like that.
Something like that. And that has beautiful views.
Yeah.
So what you want to type into Google is Washington D.C. Wharf water views. Oh, La Vie. This is this is probably a really popular one. It's called La Vie.
Yep.
LAVIE.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm
down on the
more and more
waterfront.
coming up in my head.
That's
So
good.
La Vie. Del Mar, La Vie, The Point,
Mm-hmm.
Sequoia.
Yep.
You could also
Tony and Joe's.
Tony and Joe's. You could also do the W, downtown Washington D.C.
Okay.
Love a happy birthday party there. You can rent your own little booth, and it's on top of the W.
Yep.
You have views of the monument, the White House, and down Pennsylvania Avenue.
Right.
It is amazing.
Amazing.
And you've seen that rooftop in a few movies. I think Get Out. I think it's in the top of Get Out. It was called another hotel at that time, but it's the W. So stay at the W and then reserve a little booth on the rooftop for your birthday. But if you're going to do it now.
Look at Queen Tracy dropping the
it now.
DC hacks.
Call them now. Get it reserved now. And all your friends can hang out there and they'll give you bottles. It's like VIP. You can't get upstairs without, if you go up there, like the times that I've gone before it got started. So it's just kind of hang out, but you can't sit.
Yeah.
You have to stay hanging out at the bar.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is get it reserved and then you can sit and enjoy your views and everything. Love it.
And I want to give the people another bonus DC hack.
What?
So with respect to DC opening back up, if you're coming to DC and you've never been to the Smithsonian Museum, the African American History Museum of Art and Culture, the African American History Museum.
The African American History Museum of Art and Culture.
Is that it? Is that
Something
the
like
full
that.
title?
Yeah.
If you haven't been to the African American
You have
Museum
to
in
go.
DC, you got to go.
If you don't go, you are just totally missing
And so the
everything.
point I was making was that you need to make, even though it's free, you need to make your reservation.
Yeah, start making your reservations now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's for any other kind of thing you want to do in DC, sites and any of the free stuff. Like you want to do bus tours, or you want to go to the Lincoln Theater.
Right.
The bus tours actually cost money, but I'm saying the point is,
If it's free,
you have
need
to
to make a reservation
make your
because
reservation.
they're keeping the numbers down.
yeah, make your reservation.
Hi, Solange Sims. Welcome.
What's up, Solange?
Hi, Nuvi. I've been watching for some of your old videos, and I really enjoyed watching the Christmas vlogs. Are you guys going to do more vlogs with your kids anytime soon? Oh, my
Solange-
gosh, Solange.
Solange's the only one who's ever watched the vlogs.
That is not true. That is
Solange-
not true. We
Solange
have
and about 50 other people.
no. We've had more people watch the vlogs.
The Christmas
So
vlogs.
those Christmas vlogs.
Oh my gosh.
Solange, let me tell you, we thought we were going to die when we were doing those vlogs. I might do them again because I mean all the kids live with us again. And that hasn't been for a while since probably I did those vlogs. But everybody lives here again now, and it would probably be interesting. So I'm gonna think about that.
What you mean,
one.
like a summertime vlog? Is
Yeah,
what
that
you're
might no, like they did.
summertime
They
vlog?
just did Vita. They just did Vita vlog every day in April. They just did Vita.
saying? Okay.
Maybe I think there's one in June or August. Maybe. Woo! Let me see if I can get
That's some work. That's some work. Right
But you
there.
know what? We have an editor now, so
That's
maybe
true. That's
we have
true.
an editor, so maybe that'll work.
That's true.
Because last time I was shooting them and
Yeah.
editing them.
Shout out to Salon Sims.
I like it. Okay, Solange, I like it. We might try that. Reality Doll, you are so welcome for answering the dating questions.
Yeah.
We would love to do another show in the evenings around relationships. Guys, let us know what night of the week you think that would be good. Because Heath and I are thinking about doing the dating, marriage, relationship show in the evenings. We've been married 30 years. We have 4 kids, and we've pretty much seen it all.
We know a few things.
I need all y'all coaching. Okay, yes, girl, bring it on. We will give it to you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, more traffic, girl. Amatola. Oh, that's a beautiful picture you have there. As Amatola. Yeah.
Amatola.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Traffic.
Yeah. We are too crowded. Oh, I know.
That's Atlanta. We full.
Yeah. We're not full yet here. I don't think
No, we're not full here.
No.
Atlanta's full.
Yeah, Atlanta is full. Yeah. It's DuPont Circle areas where my office is. Oh, you have so many options. It's really easy to get to DuPont. It doesn't seem like it because it's almost in the middle of town, but you could live in Maryland or Virginia or D.C., some parts of D.C. It would be easy to get to from just about anywhere, my Secunda.
Work in the city, live in the city.
Yeah, that would be a move.
All right, go all city vibes.
Yeah, reality does. So she only has to go to Baltimore 2-3 times a week.
Okay,
but but at night, yeah, you might want to live in Maryland. Like we're gonna talk about. We said we're gonna do Rockville next week.
Yeah,
I think we'll do Rockville next week. So we've got we're gonna circle back around to Maryland.
And we've done a few. We've highlighted a few Maryland cities.
Yeah, go back and look at the playlist.
Go back and check our lives. You can see some.
Oh my
Maryland
gosh,
stuff.
opportunities for minorities. Yes.
Ain't nothing but minorities here.
There's nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's really, as much as you hear about gentrification and everything here, minorities rule here.
Yeah.
There are black flower shops. I mean, come on, ice cream shops. Just about everything. If you say I don't want to do nothing but buy black, you could do it here.
Black
you
folk,
could do it
Asian
here.
Indian folk,
Yes.
Latino
They talk
folk,
about Atlanta, but
Asian
DC
folk.
we started it all. It
Yeah.
was just
It's people of color everywhere.
Creative Finder. Yes, I'm gonna say this for Creative Finder. Speak on it. Set your intention.
Yep.
Put it in action, and it will be.
I like it.
So be it. See it. Octavia Butler. I love it. I love it.
Call those
Thank
things
you
that be
so much.
Call
Hi
those things
guys,
that be
I'm
not
new
as
to the
though they
channel,
were.
looking to move to the DMV area
What's up,
from
Keisha?
New York. You are so
New
welcome.
York,
Thanks,
New York,
Keisha.
big
Thanks for
city of
joining
dreams.
us. You're welcome, Chantal. Yes, more Ken Volk. Yes. Okay, we're
All right,
gonna
Ken
run through because we're going a little over
It's
time.
fine,
I've
baby,
got a
it's
lunch
fine.
date. I've got a brunch date. I'm doing the DC
Oh,
brunch
you got
thing.
a time crunch today.
I'm going to the cathedral.
Okay.
It's the patio. It's the patio at the cathedral.
Yes.
I'll take some pictures and I'll show them to you next week.
Yes, we'll add the cathedral pictures to the live representation.
I'm going with a girlfriend. I'm not
next
taking
week.
Heath. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man.
I've been friends with her for like 30 years.
Our date is when was our date? This evening or tomorrow?
I need to look at my calendar.
Okay.
So busy, y'all.
That's
so
cool.
busy.
So many brunches, so little time.
So, our mindset moment of the week.
Did we talk about all the DC stuff? What happened in DMV? We talked about everything. We talked about the cicadas.
Did you forget, baby?
We talked about what else we talking about? The cicadas
And the trails.
the trails.
That's it.
We didn't have a third thing?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So,
Mindset moment.
the mindset moment.
Transitioning.
We're going to give you
into
money
the
tips.
mindset
Money
moment.
tips. We're so concerned about money. So, money tips for moving. Okay. So build your sizable relocation budget. Build that budget. You can do it a number of ways, but put some money aside because things are going to cost you that you're not going to realize are going to cost you.
Yep.
Like when you're house hunting, when you come to house hunt, unless your company is paying for it, you're going to have to pay for the hotel. You're going to have to pay for the gas. You're going to have to pay for the transportation. You have to pay for the days that you're here to eat. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
Lease termination costs. If
Yep.
you're leaving where you are currently and you're renting and you are leaving,
Right.
there's going to be a cost associated with it.
Understand what that is.
With us, we had to stay a little bit longer, I think it was.
We didn't have to. We chose to.
No.
Because we were trying to make the
No.
best
Toward the
scenario.
end when we knew we were moving here.
Yeah.
We had to stay. It was like a half a month. It was something weird. So we had to figure that out.
Yeah.
And that's stuff that you just, you know.
Yeah, you want to do what's going to maximize your budget, right? So what's going to keep the most money in your pocket or create the least outgo, factor that into the other decisions you're making.
Or even the cost of selling your home. What are you going to have to fix up in your home in order to get rid of it?
Yeah.
What are you going to have to put in storage to make it look more sellable? And these days, it's going to be a little bit easier for y'all. It's pretty easy to sell a house these days. The cost of security or down payment for the new home. Now, one thing these banks ain't playing out here. These management companies that are leasing, stuff, they're not playing.
Yep.
And the banks aren't playing. They're going to want that money. And so make sure you have that separate an account somewhere else socked away.
Have your cash tight, have your credit tight.
Another thing is when you set up for your utilities, your last utility bills where you were, that's going to come in after you move. Like I think with like water and sometimes electricity, those come in after you've moved. So you have to build that into your budget.
Yep.
Okay. And then sometimes you need to do setup fees if you're moving into apartments. You might have to buy new furniture. I did not realize I was going to have more carpeting or more rugs when we moved to the house. We have like double the hardwood floors.
We got a ton of hardwood floors, and that was actually part of our lease. They were like, yo, X amount of percentage of these floors got
to be covered. So that was an expense.
All of a sudden, it's
that
like,
was
okay,
an expense.
we got to make that adjustment.
Right. And then potential costs to fix and upgrade the new home. I don't think we did much. Oh yeah, I covered some. I painted some walls, like the wall behind us, and that kind of stuff.
We bought the fan for the kitchen.
We bought the fan.
The downdraft joint.
Oh yeah, so the kitchen, when we moved in this house, the kitchen didn't have a hood.
Yeah.
I'm like, how you cook?
Like, you cooking with no
it's
hood?
an island cooktop. And I was like, how you don't have a hood? So we had to pay to put that in.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, $1,500 or something like that. So we just went ahead and got that done because I was like, I'm not gonna live in this house without that.
Right.
The other thing, look into the long-term expenses of your new city. Okay. The cost of living changes after relocating. And don't forget about taxes. Taxes on your car, taxes on your house.
You didn't give me a chance to sing my song. I was trying to sing, but then you
Go
kept
ahead,
talking.
baby.
I'm done singing.
We've been here a while.
Living
just enough.
for the city now.
Okay. I got you. So that's a long-term expense. Any taxes that you incur, anything new on your car, any kind of insurance, anything like that. Keep that in mind. Look at the long-term expenses associated with your new city.
Right.
Parking issues, commuter issues. We had to get a new easy pass thing for getting on the highway here. That was an additional cost. Research your new city laws. This is while the cost of living and taxes are key parts of research when locating, finding out the local laws are keys too. Okay. If you're a business owner or independent contractor, understand what those laws are as far as transferring. I had to transfer a couple things for our business. So that's going to impact some decisions that you make. Make sure you don't fall into certain categories. What are the laws when driving, do you need 2 tags? Do you need a tag on the front? We had to pay for that. We had to get holes drilled on the front of our cars so we could put the tags on the front of the cars. We were like, what? It was like that was like $100 or something.
We had to get our licenses changed. We were like, we got to study for the new test.
We had to study.
And then they said, okay,
no, you didn't have to study.
You already got one.
Yeah, we did not. For Virginia, we did not have to study, but we did have to wait like 6 months because of the pandemic. So
panorama.
Because of the panorama. So keep that in mind. You have to think about what are the laws associated with buying a home in your new town, in your new state? What are the rules about trash? Make sure you're not fined for certain things,
Yep.
right? The other thing you want to do is get to know the area you're relocating to. I gave you the idea of getting on Nextdoor. You put in the new address, and Nextdoor, you get on there, you get all the juicy gossip. I gave you that idea last week. Another thing is subreddit.
Yep.
If you're not on Reddit, hop on Reddit, and you're gonna have all kind of information about the towns you're moving to.
Yep.
What's going on with the laws, and
The
things
Twitter.
like that. And then Niche. We get a lot of the information we share with you guys off Niche.
Yep.
So niche.com is one of those specific sites. It's going to give you more specific details about the neighborhood
Right.
that you're moving to.
And the Twitter as well, right? You can do the hashtag whatever city
Yep.
it is.
And that's going to give you a lot of
take you into
information.
some cool threads and conversations and information.
Another thing is to plan to visit, scope it out.
Put your
And
eyes
yes,
on it.
we're trying to come up with some cool ways for you to come and visit with a little direction from us. So
Yeah.
send in your ideas. Give us more ideas how to do this, how to do meetups, thinking maybe twice a year right now. And I would suggest finding a new home, but maybe not buying it right away, especially when you move to a big area like this.
Right.
Get here first. Get here first. Get acclimated first. See how much things are going to be, and then find a house. Especially right now, it's so expensive. It's so hard. You got 40, 50 people waiting outside for homes to bid on them. By the time you get in and look at the house has 20 bids on it already, and the person that wins the bid is asking $100,000 over the asking price. That's a lot of pressure to move to a new town. And so I would rethink that personally. Now, if you are gung-ho, gotta buy a house, this is that and the other, jump into the pool with everybody else. Go right ahead.
It's your world.
It's design it, you know. And the last thing we want to say is settle in and start making new friends. And this is another reason why we wanted to go ahead and start doing little meetups, because it's weird when you move to a new town. It's like, I don't know if I know anybody there, and you know how it's going to be and everything. I think it's great if you are able to move to a new town and really connect to people right away. It's just one of those things that makes it more comfortable and more likable.
Yeah, and as things open up, you get more opportunities, festivals and concerts and parks and museums and all kinds of cool places where to meet cool people.
Let's see. We got one more question. All right, reality. Is your car insurance a lot more in DC? Okay, y'all, this was like one of the best little surprises moving here from North Carolina. So we were living in North Carolina, Cary, North Carolina, and we have 2 luxury cars.
Whatever we were paying.
And we were paying almost maybe $400 a month, something like that. I don't know, something like that. And he gets on the call,
Yeah, I had a little conversation with the people.
and he said it was $100. We were like, no, we have 2 cars, you know. He was like, no, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So it was actually lower
Yeah.
than North Carolina.
Yeah. So I
We
don't know.
were shocked.
I don't know if that has to do with just not driving as much, right? With the whole panorama.
It hasn't gone up.
I was like, yo.
No, he didn't say that was added.
It was just
It hasn't gone up.
and we'll have accidents, we'll have tickets.
No, we're what do they call it when you're the highest, the best, whatever.
I don't know, but what they call it, super preferred.
something like that.
I just made it up.
Yeah, I don't know what they call
But
it.
yeah, so we have good driving records. We haven't gotten tickets and
But the kids are on our
accidents
insurance,
recently,
and
yeah.
they are under 25.
Yeah.
So
I just told
I don't
them-
know why it's so low. To
I
be
told them
honest
they were
with you,
I said they were occasional drivers.
it could be our zip code. Look at that, because they do base your insurance based on your zip code. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Reality Doll has a question.
It says you skipped the question about blacks supporting others in businesses above the insurance.
Reality
question.
Doll, why you trying to call me out on my show? It was popping right now.
What's the?
She was like, yo, hey,
Did I miss it?
She was like, hey. You skipped this question. Can you answer this, please? Sorry. Okay, but answer the question.
The black supporting others in business above the insurance question. I must have not.
It's all right. It's all right, baby. It's fine. It's fine. We can answer the question.
Okay. So the black thing in supporting blacks here it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's kind of built into the culture here, I would say. It's not fake.
Yeah.
It's very, very
I got it, babe. I got it. So
Thank
look,
you.
if y'all have been to Atlanta, you understand, right? The city is run by black people. The mayor, the chief of police, right? All of the city council people. It's like a black town, right? And so think about DC in the context of, or the DMV rather, in the context of very similar, right? I mean, there are very few places on planet Earth that have the level and the number of educated black people doing so many cool things, and even more so, I think, in DC, right? Because you have the government component as well as the corporate piece, as well as the entrepreneurial piece, right? And you have the illustrious, legendary Howard University, which Tracy and I matriculated through. But the point is that with Bowie State and some of the other areas, some of the other schools, those alumni proliferate and they live in the area and they grow and they expand their families and they expand businesses and they're doing things with one another, right? You got Morgan State up the road, et cetera, right? And so DC is such a magnet for all of these kinds of people that are doing things here. And so to that point, in conjunction with the other universities, I think that what you'll see is a tremendous amount of support and engagement with black people engaging with black people, right? And so I think especially even in today's time, even more so, is that it's such a highlight and a thing that you experience.
I think I want to add that the lighter persuasion here is very supportive.
Yeah.
They actually promote supporting black businesses here.
Yeah.
The lighter persuasion does. It's very interesting. It's a very different dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's like if you say you have a black business, oh, it's a black business, let me go support it.
Right,
It's like that here. And it's a very open culture.
Yeah.
It's a very open-minded culture. The people here aren't your typical liberals that live in the city, like you in some other cities that we've talked about, and like on the West Coast or New York City.
Yeah.
They're very open-minded here. They have conversation. When I'm in the grocery store, they just start talking to me. I'm not invisible.
Right.
I'm not invisible, and I just feel like so many other areas, I feel invisible. But here, they see me.
Yeah.
They see me. They compliment me. They say hello. They make jokes. They talk about whatever crazy thing is going on. It's weird.
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with their
level of intelligence,
the education level.
Yeah.
The emotional intelligence of those people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those people have really good intention, right, around self-educating.
Yeah.
And really understanding, what has happened since George Floyd and all these other social unrest scenarios have unfolded.
Better, almost,
I think a lot of these people have taken it upon themselves to improve their understanding, expand their knowledge, right? And they get it, right? They're putting it into practice. They're executing on some of the things that they're learning, and so I think that that's also something that you see reflected in the vibes of the metro area.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. There are the Karens.
Oh,
they're here.
Oh,
it's so funny. We have to tell a joke. So we were walking in the neighborhood. One day, and we were meeting our neighbors, and people like come out their house and they're like, "Hi, we heard you just moved in." It's like, and we were literally one of the only black people in this neighborhood. And this one lady came out. She goes, "Oh, we've been in Connecticut all summer, and we're just now coming back and getting ready to open up the house for the fall." And we were like, "Okay, what's your name?"
She said Karen.
She said Karen.
I
said, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear you." She said, It's Karen. I said, "Oh, okay. Hi, Karen. Nice to meet you." So it's just a weird vibe. I said, "Girl, you don't even, as long as you don't act like one, it's fine."
Right.
But that was a little joke. I just thought it was funny.
It was funny.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I got to get to my little brunch with my girlfriend.
Well, hit the music, baby, so we can have them going out.
Okay.
We can send the people out with some vibes.
Yeah, let's send them out with some vibes. Hold on, let me get the music going.
Okay.
Let me get the music. Hang on.
Here we go, y'all. You ready?
Let's see.
Are you ready?
Just give it up. I'm not your girl and I never will be. Don't call me up. Don't waste your time, 'cause I'll be your enemy. If you want love, look somewhere else. Here you'll find nothing. Just give it up. I'm not your girl, 'cause I only love me.
here, make sure that you check out all the information here on Heath and Tracy TV and at heathandtracy.com. You can't hear me, Tracy.
I just fixed it.
Tracy,
I fixed it.
I was speaking into a muted mic,
So go ahead and say it again.
but
babe.
it was windy yesterday, so you needed a kite. Let me say that it was a pleasure today to speak with our community in this special way. And as long as you have YouTube TV, every Saturday you can see Heath and Tracy. So as I come to you from the top of the dome, please think about the DMV as your next home. We love you. Take care. We'll see you next week.
We love you guys.
Heath and Tracy TV.
Just walk
One love.
away.
Thank you, community. Be well. Stay safe. And remember what we said about those cicadas.
If you want love, just give it up. You got the wrong girl.
Tracy's singing. She's got a lunch date. No problem, John. Blessings to you, brother. Yes. Kia 007, I've broken out the DJ voice. So glad that you can hear me now. Lydia, it was great seeing you today. Thanks so much for joining. S. Smith is always in the building. We appreciate you,
Oh,
S.
and
Smith.
I am going to try to figure out how to get, somebody asked about getting like call-in or something.
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure it out, guys.
Okay. Stay tuned for more data around the live call-in feature added to the Demystifying Your Life in the DMV Heath and Tracy show. That could be very
If you
interesting.
want love, just give it up.
Blessings
Got
to
the
one and
wrong
all.
girl.
Remember, call those things that be not as though they were. Design your life. You know what to do. We'll drop the coaching links.
I'll make sure. You can go back to.
We'll put it out there. We'll
I think
put
you-
we'll
I
put
think you
we'll
go
put
back
it
to
out
the-
there so you can
Yeah,
find
I'll
it.
make sure that. Yeah, it takes a
Yes.
while to post, so keep that in mind, guys.
It's all
We love
good.
you.
Peace.
Have a great weekend.